So picture this for a second. You grab a shovel, you start digging, and you keep going.
A very long way.
A very long way. Past the dirt, the bedrock, you go right through the mantle, all the way down to the center of the Earth.
Right to the inner core.
Exactly. Now, what we all learned in school is you'd hit this massive, solid ball of iron, right?
That's the textbook answer. Yep.
But what if you got there, and instead of hitting hard, solid metal, you found something, I don't know, buttery?
It sounds completely ridiculous. I get it. But based on some incredible new research, that word buttery is surprisingly accurate.
Okay, hold on. We're not talking about actual butter here.
No, definitely not dairy. But the physics of it, the way the core is behaving, it creates this huge paradox for scientists.
A paradox how? I mean, it's either solid or it's liquid. It can't really be both, can it?
You'd think so. And that's the puzzle. See, we know the inner core is solid.
How do you know that?
Because of earthquakes. They send out these things called shear waves. And shear waves can only travel through solid stuff.
And the outer core is liquid, so they don't go through that.
Exactly. They stop dead, but they pass right through the inner core, so it has to be solid.
Okay, so case closed. It's solid.
Well, not quite, because while it lets the waves through, it slows them down, way down. The material itself behaves, for lack of a better word, softly.
Softly? We're talking about iron under, what, 3 million times the pressure at sea level?
Yeah.
How can that be soft?
It's all about how it deforms. Think of it like a squishiness scale. Yeah. Engineers have this metric, Poisson's ratio.
Right.
Structural steel is really rigid, so it has a low score. But the inner core's score, it's way, way higher. Almost the same as, soft rubber or, yes, butter.
So you're telling me we're standing on a giant ball of iron that has the consistency of rubber? That just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Not with our classic understanding of matter. Unless it's in a totally different state. And a new study suggests that's exactly what's going on. They call it a Superionic state.
Superionic.
Okay.
I definitely missed that day in physics class.
Yeah.
We had solid, liquid, gas, plasma. What is superionic? Is it like a slush?
It's actually more organized than slush. The study uses this great analogy. Imagine a big score dance.
Okay, I'm with you.
The iron atoms are the adults. They're standing in a very strict, rigid grid formation. They don't move. They hold the shape.
That's the solid part of the core.
Precisely. That's what keeps it solid. But the carbon atoms mixed in with the iron.
What about them?
They're the kids. And they are just running wild through the gaps between all the adults. They're flowing completely freely like a liquid through that solid iron lattice.
So the framework is solid, but everything inside it is just flowing.
Exactly. Frozen yet flowing. And that internal chaos, that movement, is what softens the whole structure just enough to slow down those seismic waves without it actually melting.
Wow. It's amazing that something could be so structured and so fluid at the same time. It's a balance a lot of businesses try to find.
That's actually a perfect segue. Speaking of finding that balance, this is a great time to mention our sponsor, Embersilk.
Right.
If you're running a business and trying to figure out how to be structured, but also adaptable, especially with new tech.
Like where to bring in AI training or automation without, breaking the whole system.
Exactly. You need to know where those intelligent agents can make a real impact. Embersilk can help you uncover that.
You can check them out at embersilk.com. So, okay, back to the square dancing atoms. Why does this matter? Is this just a cool physics fact?
Oh, it's much bigger than that. It's about energy. All that movement, all those carbon atoms flowing around, that's a newly identified energy source for the geodynamo.
And the geodynamo is the engine that generates our magnetic field.
Precisely. We used to think it was just powered by the core slowly cooling over time. But this superionic motion adds a whole new dimension, a whole new power source to the engine.
So it's actively helping power the shield that protects all of us from solar wind.
That's right. It turns the center of the Earth from this, passive dying rock into a very active, dynamic engine.
I love that. And I guess if it's happening here,
it's likely a universal template. Any of those rocky exoplanets we see, the so-called super-Earths, they probably have superionic cores too. It gives us a whole new way of understanding how planets like ours work across the entire cosmos.
So what's the big takeaway for us standing up here on the surface?
I think it just totally changes your perspective. We always look up at the stars for wonder and mystery, right?
Oh, of course.
But we're standing on top of a giant, shifting, superionic engine that is actively safeguarding our existence every single second. The ground beneath our feet is so much more alive than we ever give it credit for.
It really makes you tread a little lighter. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.